Greetings everyone, AngradeVT here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top of the right side as the red Japanese, we got Game Crash Enjoyer. Spawn on bottom left side as the purple French, we got wurzelsepp. Oh, I butchered that name well enough. Either way, when it comes to map generation, this map is pretty sparse in wood. Tree deposits are quite small, if not smaller. There's 5 trees in some of these deposits. Oh, is that actually the pattern? 5 trees? Oh, nope, there's 7 there. There's a good number of sheep on this map. Looks like red is finding a good number of sheeple. Farmful Forge, of course. We do have the early wheelbarrow level 1 research for the Japanese, which also does improve berry collection. At that point in time, it is better collection than whatchamacallit, sheep production. That's a good number of sheeple there. Red so far we found 38 sheeple to lead in glory of battle. Magenta only found 22 so far. Or purple, not magenta. French versus Japanese. Something tells me Japan's plugging an eye for a fast cast to go for mounted samurai. French gonna go for school cavalry and immediately go for some royal knights. We do have the Kura storehouse now being deployed in the field. Of course, get some free farms, which is actually pretty nice on this map. While there's plenty of sheep, there's not too many trees, and so you gotta be a bit careful not to lose how much wood you spend on farms, to say the least. And as the farms are popping up, you can start tasking villagers to it one by one. That is a lot of sheeple. 32 sheeple alive there. Oh, villager come up, try and shank the scout there. It looks like they're at the same health, so I'm not sure. And it sounds like they're being attacked at the same time. But again, I have in the first eco part of the game, I do fast forward, so it's a little bit boring to cover. Purple may have won the duel. In fact, there's a good chance that it probably would have been a tie. Both of them are at full health there. Delivering more sheep. School cavalry now pulling a few, going for some royal knights. You deposit in groups of 3, so you could go for professional scouts and have 3 scouts go around, collect up some delicious pieces of venison. French players going for a pair of royal knights. Japanese player, the first farm is way out there, so argument to stand of not actually getting it. Pumbaa being obtained. Scout actually took a bit of damage there. Scout needs to get on out of there. Go for the windmill now to grind that boar into a thin red paste. Red may have saw that royal knight. It's like 95% to 99% school cavalry. The other little bit is chamber commerce, so it's a safe assumption there's going to be royal knights coming out relatively soon. Arrow slipping research, going for a double outpost here, which will support 10 villagers. Looks like going to go straight for the age up. Purple is actually trying to go for an outpost here. This initial gold deposit is the 8,000 deposit. Outpost. Looks like this villager is going to be building it, but one villager crossing the entire map. Probably not going to go well. Arrow is going to be deploying a field, which may range. It doesn't range where the village is trying to build at, but it will definitely cause some issues, to say the least, for the knights. Scout pursuing scout. Red scout has plenty of health. Japanese players relatively close to aging up, 800, 400, 2/3 of the way. Purple is nowhere near close, going straight for royal knights. Japanese player may want to get out does destroy the scout there. Torches, or at least force to cancel the outpost. And it looks like Purple just lost both his scouts there. The scout did shrink the other scout. Trying to go for the outpost now. Can't range the villager. Just get your 600 gold and then get your... Actually, no. Get 700... What was it? How much is for a mounted samurai? Is 110 or just 100? Get enough for a mounted samurai, so when you go for the floating gardens, put your shield into the stable to get rapidly produce your mounted royal samurai. You can start rolling immediately. Floating gate being researched. Scout almost down. Floating gate is being established back there. The more gold he collects now, the more gold he can sink into mounted samurai. But right now he is fighting against a very healthy number of royal knights. 6 plus 2. Start pulling back the villagers. Trying to find angles. Nope, they're getting hit there. Let's see, another gold deposit way over here, so that's not really obtainable. Has to go way up here. That's stable. First, your shields can come on out. Got a market here. I'm for a bit of market economy. Probably gonna try to get as much gold as possible to deal with the royal knights until he can get. Well, he's going to need a fair number of mounted samurai. They may have age advantage, but they are quite outnumbered. Currently 8-0. Bit of damage on all those royal knights. These royal knights have taken quite a bit of damage now. It looks like blacksmith's research immediately gain +1 damage. Which will put them up to 20 minus the 4 range armor. That would be 16 damage per strike, and 230 divided by 16 is something I can't really do at the top of my head. Let's see, 1 because 23, which will leave what, 9? No, 13. No. Yep, can't do math at the moment. Seven. It will leave 7 1 7. So take approximately 18. No, it will approximately take 12 attacks. But there are 3 mounted samurai here. Thanks to Flexion as well, they can take another hit. But there's way too many royal knights here. This one, he does have a Shinto priest in the field, which can provide some extra healing. He needs to have this fall back, get inside one of the garrisons, and then you can heal it up. He has a 3rd mounted samurai on the build queue. Have that guy fall back. I'm just going to try a bit of counterattack. He has destroyed the outpost in the meantime. So he now collect the gold there. 12 villagers, so a little bit too many to collect up gold. At least from utilizing these outposts. I suppose with that, got some idle villagers here. Looks like that was the group that was eating boar. Royal Institute now on the build queue. I can go for the Royal Bloodlines relatively quickly. Looks like that mounted samurai does get trapped there. Really pathetically, though. More mounted samurai. Not much health there. Needs to get inside the town center. Where is that Shinto priest? He has one of Yoshiro in his hand. Probably depositing on a forge would be a good idea. But his Shinto priest, his free Shinto priest, would be very useful at healing up these guys. Here comes, that's still a large number of mounted royal knights. Royal Institute still being built. Veteran Royal Knights plus Royal Bloodlines could be very problematic for the Japanese player at this moment. Charge right forward, receive the charge there, does lose one of the mounted samurai, picks off 2 of the knights there, so good trade there by the Japanese player. And does pick off that mounted samurai there. Remember, the white bar is not a lot of health. In fact, it's basically one. We do now have Royal Bloodlines, Veteran Royal Knight being deployed in the field. This player may want to get out some Spearmans. Shinto Priest here. Pick up the relic and Wolol. No Wolol. Right now, the French player may want to get Chivalry out. Wait, the Royal Suit allows you to get all the unique technologies. Does this include Chivalry? Actually, don't know off the top of my head. Yeah, Canted Saddles. Yep, you can get Chivalry at a discounted rate, of course. Right now, he does need Chivalry. Shinto Priest has picked up another relic. Scout is here. Royal Bloodline's almost complete. Of course, the French player does get to his free melee blacksmith upgrades. So he has +2 right now with Deflection Royal Bloodlines versus Royal Bloodlines. The Royal Knights, I believe, will come out ahead largely thanks to the Royal Bloodlines. I don't know if the +2 damage will make a difference, but may remove... Oh yeah, I forgot. Onomusha are the mounted cross anti-armor. But of course, they need to be not standing still. Pick up the relic and Wolol. Exotic Doggo claims the kill and gets put down, you monster. Huh. I don't remember those shields on the Mounted Samurai. Am I crazy? I just don't remember the shields on those Mounted Samurai. Or maybe it's just this angle. I never really got a good look at that. I must be just going crazy. What if the shield disappears if deflection's not enabled? Guess we'll find out soon enough. I don't know why. I don't remember the shields being that big. I think I'm just going crazy. Remember Wounded Samurai there? He has 3 Shinto Priests, so not getting healed up is a bit of a problem. Nope, the shields are still there. Takes out a couple of villagers there. He does not have textiles at the moment. These mountains. Oh, Shinto Priests. Shinto Priests. There's one. Got caught in the formation there, which may get some of these guys impaled. Deflection absorbed that hit. That one gets impaled. Try to pick off some of those guys there. Five Onomusha, 8 Mounted Samurai, 1 Mounted Bannerman. We do have 15 Royal Knights on the field. Onomusha offers 9 damage plus, or 11 damage plus 9 versus heavy, so 20 damage minus 5, so 15 damage per attack. One Onomusha goes down. Does use the whistling arrow there, which does give him a bit of extra movement speed. I hear these ladies screaming repeatedly. He must be right-clicking over like crazy. There's the Shinto Priest getting some much-needed healing. Saving these units like that, each one has cost 2,500. Save 4, that's 1,000 resources saved. And there goes a half 1,000 resources there. Going for some more berries with 2 outposts here. Does impale another one of those Onomusha. These mounted samurai are on top of the Onimusha now. More of these knights here. It does pick off a couple of them. Get impaled. Not great. In their mounted royal knights, which gets, of course, gets some bonus damage. He may have canted saddles. I'm not sure. I've not been paying close enough attention to it. Doesn't look like I see the icon there. Mounted samurais on engage. At least the Onimusha is a pretty good unit to accompany the mounted samurais as they keep the same movement speed. You don't really see Onimusha too often because they are weaker than crossbow while being a bit more expensive. Shinto priest there. Looks like purple will obtain 3 relics, red has obtained 2. So many of these mounted samurai are so wounded. Clean up the last of this tree deposit. Excuse me. A number of mounted samurai or royal knights here. Mounted samurai charging. Oh, got some units up here. Being impaled by some of the mounted samurai who needs healing. One of those guys go down. Keep got a good amount of damage there. Of course, the keep will provide a cost reduction benefits to all these nearby structures. Good amount of damage there. So I'm gonna go on down there. We do have these guys heading up north. We'll find some of these villagers. Pair of triple Onimusha there, mostly mounted samurai. Oh, that needs healing from Shinto Breeze. I keep pointing this out, but look at that. Purple actually may win this fight if he turns around and engage. Red needs to cool off a little bit. Some of those units are just on their last legs. Last of the horse legs. Try to impale these Onimusha. They do have the whistling arrows having them sprint away. So on turnaround fight, there's a good number of these guys are wounded. Good number of Onimusha though. Falling about the keep. Getting inside the keep would be a good, well, at least fighting next to the keep there. Retards for the Onimusha. Regular horsemen pull on the field. Very good. They are veteran horsemen, I should say. Which of course get bonus damage versus range, and of course affected by royal bloodlines, so they're pretty healthy at the moment. Got another keep here, helping keep this land. With the wood deposit so small, it's somewhat understandable. Look, the French course can task their traders to collect up wood if needed. The French player also has enough gold to age on up, just needs a whole lot more food. Going for some arbaleteers now. Arbaleteers would be a good item both versus the Onimusha and versus the mounted samurai. Royal knights slicing apart some of these villagers. Looks like textiles have not been researched for red. I was trying to say about arbaleteers versus Onimusha, they of course have the passive ability. They can passively increase their range armor by 5 if actively used. And thus that will make them, and not to mention they have roughly similar health and damage at the moment. Onimusha's health is 80 like the crossbowman, 10 base damage versus the 11 base damage. Our knight's charging way forward. Got a single spearman here, hardened spearman. You have now a bannerman here. Some of these mounted samurai or royal knights getting picked on off. Onimushas have their whistling arrow active, which means they are able to pursue very easily. Grab the sacred site there. Royal Knight getting split off, trying to engage the Shinto priest, but does have a bunch of people here to help him out. Onimusha heading down south. Sort of surprised I don't see a bannerman to help them out if they're going to be the offensive group. Do now crossbow sturge being researched, increasing attack speed of the arbaletiers. Castle of the Crow being established right here, which also provides some influence up here. Gold and stone next to each other. Additionally, the trading post is over here, so it should be about 3,000 resources per drop shipment to the Castle of the Crow. And once that first shipment arrives, it may actually just pay for itself, the Castle of the Crow. Got a nice Wolo there, trying to ensnare the Mounted Samurai, does avoid it. Oh, almost got a one of them converted. They're pretty much dead either way. Castle Crow is almost complete. Sacred Site victory, 10 minutes. I just realized all three Sacred Sites are just right here. What is that? An Orion's boat of Sacred Sites? Siege workshop going on up. We're seeing how close these Sacred Sites are. They'd probably be a good idea to go for another castle here. Just start saturating this area of castles. Arbaletiers moving on back here. Up north, we've got these Royal Knights pushing forward. Red Palace being established right over here to protect this gold deposit. And these two keeps will be very close by each other. Luckily, the siege workshop's already going on up for red. For red, we'll also see this. We only have horsemans here. Oh, that was the trade path he went for. He's getting intercepted. Save the trader or go for the keep. There's about 2,000 resources there. 2,000 resources are now done. He does cancel the Red Palace. He has plenty of resources to get that rebuilt. Gets those canceled, so he got a near full refund, if not a full refund. Don't know if any damage to the castle itself. Or palace, I should say. Red Palace now being rehoused, this time in a defensive position outside of his own base. Got the keep here, firing away. We now have Arbaletiers and Horsemen. He's finding a Spearman, Onimusha. Horseman trying to engage the Onimusha. We do not have Gamer Sense. When Gamer Sense research, Arbiters is more or less a soft counter to the Spearman, but without that, they are equal, just not necessarily counter to each other. Red Policy says only being built by one village at the moment. This person is now dead. Did lose a fair number of villagers here. 54 versus 70 villagers. Royal Knights push way forward. Red Palace has been completed. And there's the keep here. Counts out of here. So there's actually a decent number of Arbalest emplacements here. Yeah. Purple has a pretty defensive position. Going for another town center up here. That'll put up to 3 town centers. Red is building a second. I really do think the Japanese players should start fortifying this area. Just build another castle around here that will protect both of these sacred sites. Bombards being established. Shinto priest gains healing. Horseman is gauging. Horseman. Forge, trying to forge the stone into a pretty fine something. Being a little bit distracted there. Horseman straight forward. Got some spearmen here. Got some farmhouses. Over here, we do have now the bombard getting stabbed by a horseman. Right now, the horseman does have 209 maximum health, which will not be one-shotted by the castle's rocket attack. Get pretty close though. I wonder what the next caravan going to be part of you. This is the more lucrative side. If it gets spawned over here, it's dead. Purple, seeing his opponent has gone for Castle Crow, he has one trading post locked down. He should at least just task one horseman here to stand watch. "30 seconds. Elite Arbitrator being researched. Spots the town center there. Hopefully retargets the Castle of Crows caravan. There it is. How much this time? Looks like it's the same amount actually. I wonder if it's now capped. Because remember beforehand, it could get really stupidly high. Looks like the amount is now set. Because that range is definitely farther than the other one, but it appears to be the same amount. A lot of these outposts still remained. They're in place. Oh, and we'll find the treasure caravan once again, but does not engage it. Horseman here. Onimusha trying to gauge. Good number of spearmans. The French player has horseman, arbaletier. I wonder if you have incendiary arrows researched by purple. Nope, no incendiary arrows just yet. Has enough gold for incendiary arrows. 6-side victory, 3 minutes. Purple has to make a play. This sacred site's least secured, but it's being secured. Enlistment incentives. Purple right now has a problem with wood, which will be a bit of a problem for siege weapons. And the amount of fortifications going up, siege weapons are going to be necessary. Finds villagers, just peel off one so I can the second site decaptured. Engage the village now, spearmen's pursuing, arbaletiers engaging. No Gambersons, does put some passives. Without Gambersons, he will not be able to take on the spearmen all too well. They're here in very good numbers. The castle is now complete, and purple backs to the game. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.